Thank you for joining me on 8. I am Maggie. I really appreciate your support here. So what I am doing here is the Brian Scott Reality Con 3 Creativity Challenge. And it's actually been becoming more and more, I realize I just really enjoy talking with you and, sharing ideas. So if you have comments, I'd love to hear them in the comment section, and please hit like and subscribe. So we are currently on day 16, and so what I wanted to challenge you with, I saw this wonderful quote online. It had a monk with a really long mustache, and he was meditating. While he was meditating, he was holding a fishing pole, and on the end of the fishing pole, fish were swimming around the bottom. So that's kind of the imagery, right? I will meditate and the fish will be around there. So this is what the quote said. I love Martin Luther King, so I know he said the first part, but here we go. Give a man a fish and feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish and feed him for a lifetime. Give a man religion and he'll die praying for fish. Okay, I'm going to read that one more time, okay? So I don't know how this is landing, but let's have a little dialogue. Give a man a fish and feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish and feed him for a lifetime. Give a man religion and he'll die praying for fish. Okay, so one of the reasons that this quote just kind of hit me was because in general, all of our teachers, so Brian Scott definitely in Reality Con 3, he is telling us that our futures are bright. They're so bright, we gotta wear shades. I mean, he's saying, get going, take action. If you are doing your meditation every day, I know that the power that runs in us and around us, it is telling you to get up and take action. If you are in the School of Imagination, Josiah Brandt is telling you get off your tukis and go. If you are in Reality Transurfing with Renee Garcia, she's got that anomalous challenge for the month of December. And it's going to wind up, I guess, Reality Transurfing, that International Day is January 1st. But the bottom line is, the time to take action is now. Now, that doesn't mean just tripping through the dark. Sometimes it does. But that doesn't mean just walking through life, just doing whatever. You want to sit in the silence, as Neville would say, Neville Goddard. You want to make sure that you're getting that communion with Source, God. You want to make sure, you got to figure out your checks, because when you start communicating with Spirit, you have this sense in your heart. You have this mind-heart coherence, and you begin to hear in your guts and your intuition, oh, go this way, don't go this way. Okay, so here's an example. In nursing, when you're in the ICU or the ER or in higher NICU, PICU, as they begin to teach you skills, they also tell you that you have to be a critical thinker. And one of the things that they like to do when they were training us is they would throw us into a situation, and we were told we would have to know with our guts in that a minute, less than 10 seconds, we needed to know whether you were going to live or die. We had to sense, okay, what needed to happen, what actions need. That took us learning the skill set and then becoming one with God. I mean, nursing may not call it that, but the bottom line is, if you're not just checking people off like a list, you're learning the skill set you need to do the job, but you're in communion with God, your nursing care is going to change. And when you see people, it looks good or looks bad, you're going to be able to intervene and change their lives. When you meet some of the best nurses in the world. You meet some of the best doctors in the world. You meet some of the best PAs and nurse practitioners and medics and nurse aides. I'm just shouting out to all of, medical, but I'm just saying they have gut instincts and they have this knowing. Looks good, looks bad, I need to intervene. I need to do this. And if you intervene early, you save lives versus waiting till people get sicker and sicker and it's much harder or they got to go through a lot of trauma. So tying it back into this, all of these things require us taking action. I can't just sit back and wishfully, meditate and pray for fish. Like now I've been given my religion, so now I'm going to just sit back and law of attraction myself into the next reality. No, we got to get on up, as James Brown said. We got to move that ass and we got to take action and we got to start walking in the direction of our dreams, because we can't just sit there praying for change and not be the change. I mean, God gave you these bodies so that you could take action in a mindful, mind and heart coherent way with your intuition and higher order values. Like, we are not doing shitty things to people. We are higher order value people and we hold ourselves accountable. So I just wanted to encourage you. We are not only, we do give the man a fish, but we also teach him to fish. And then if we give him spiritual tools, or we give ourselves to spiritual tools, we don't just sit back and spiritualize ourselves to death, literally, into the next rebirth. We don't just sit there and not do something about the intuitive wisdom that has been given to you to act upon. So many of us here in this challenge, the Brian Scott Reality Con 3 challenge and the Reality Transurfing Anomalous challenge and every other challenge that you are rapidly closing, you're done. Many of us are being called to action. So I just want to encourage you, keep doing all your prayers, keep doing all your meditation, keep doing your affirmations, but make sure you're not that monk sitting there with your fishing pole and this fish swimming around. Make sure you're that man, that woman, that being of action that's literally picking up what you're here to do and the gift you're to give the world, the purpose that you are here to give. I mean, it's important. Every single one of you matter. And each of us have to give our gifts. And we are all connected. So we might as well start learning how to work together now. Because now is all we got. All right. Thank you so much. That is basically day 16 of the Creativity Challenge with Brian Scott. And I really appreciate you supporting me. I appreciate likes, subscribes, and leaving your positive comments. And I do appreciate you and your support. All right. Y'all have a good day now. Okay. Peace in.